to That Should Totally Be Dead Right Now podcast, where we tell true stories of survivors of true crime, natural disasters, and everything else in between. Happy Valentine's Day, Michelle.
Thank you.
So cute.
My word.
It is, it's Valentine's Day, so happy.
Yeah, this very day.
It is.
I'm probably doing something amazing and wildly romantic.
Are you?
No.
No.
Girl, I'm probably
playing New World. And...
Yeah, playing fucking video games the whole time. Maybe ordering in some Red Lobster or something. No, just kidding. It's probably Mexican food.
No, you got those lobster rolls from Maine coming.
God damn it. Yes, I had those last Valentine's Day,
did you?
I think.
That's so funny. I
love those stupid lobster rolls. And it's seriously like they send you all this stuff and you need one.
Yeah.
And you're done. You're like,
yeah,
I'm content with lobster rolls forever.
Right.
And then like 3 months later, I'm like, lobster sounds good.
Let's go to Maine. Oh, that's funny.
I think Maine would be awesome, and I would eat nothing but lobster rolls the entire time I was there.
Probably. So it is a few weeks before my wedding now.
Can you hardly believe it?
I cannot. I'm so stressed. So stressed. But
we're counting in days now, not months.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit stressed about your wedding,
well,
and
you're making the cake.
I was like, all I have to do is show up, but yeah,
nope.
I guess the cake. No, the cake is fun. That's not stressful.
Yeah, you showed me some stuff for it, so I'm super excited about it.
All the flowers and fun things.
Yeah, my gosh, it's gonna be great, guys. So, yeah.
So in, I guess in honor of your wedding.
Oh, thank you.
We made these Italian wedding cake cocktails.
Cute.
Which actually could also be a Valentine's Day cocktail because they're very pretty pink.
Yeah.
And just kind of delightful. Though I will say it's a little bit like drinking strawberry yogurt.
It does taste like strawberry yogurt.
Yeah, a little bit. Even though there's no strawberries in it whatsoever. So let me lay this down for you.
Please.
We have 2 ounces of vanilla vodka, an ounce of cranberry juice, an ounce of pineapple juice, a half an ounce of amaretto, which adds that sort of, I think it's the thing that makes it taste like strawberry yogurt for some reason. Yeah, I think so. What it is. So the amaretto, and then actually also a half an ounce of, I think it's creme de cocoa. I never say it right. But anyway, I got the white chocolate Godiva stuff.
Ooh.
And you just add that in, and it just adds this very, I don't know, it makes it very pink and pretty and delightful. They look a little different than the picture that I found. In the picture, it was sort of a darker pink color, and then like a foam of white.
Interesting.
That's not how these turned out at
pink.
All.
Yeah. They're cute. I love the little Italian part as well.
That's right.
Thank
just
you.
for you, Caitlin.
Aww.
I was like, Mamma Mia or something.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I hope that's what you did. Well, you saw that recipe. Mamma Mia, we have to do this.
Mwah.
Jeez.
He's like, and you're done. All Italian listeners are out. Like, we're out, bitches. We hate you. Oh, gosh.
Well, we hope you have a really romantic or fun.
Are you going to do your normal heart-shaped pizza?
We usually do a heart-shaped pizza, but this year, Nick is like, I'm like, Nick, what if we got giant heart Bordeaux bars from C's Candies? Because he loves Bordeaux bars.
Oh, yes.
I recently introduced them to him because we got my grandma some C's Candies.
Oh.
And so I was like, here, let's just split this. Yeah, like, you may like this. And he tried it, and he's like, I love this.
I know. I used to want to figure out how to make an entire cake out of that.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine like a chocolate cake and that Bordeaux
in the
bar?
middle?
Like, oh my God. Like brown, sugary, chocolatey deliciousness.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Good call.
Right?
Get that.
So we'll see.
And the heart-shaped pizza.
Maybe just both, right?
No wonder he's marrying you.
Treat
I get
yourself. Thank you.
I'm gonna fucking marry you myself.
We'll see what happens on wedding day.
All right, you gonna start us in on a story?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So this story is about Teri Nicolai.
Teri, yes.
Terry's...
Well, okay. I'm gonna try to say it.
Okay.
Teri
Yeah.
Nicolai.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Good job.
Look, I feel like it even works with our Italian wedding drinks.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right.
So we're in Wisconsin.
Okay. Less Italian than I was hoping for, but okay.
Teri married David Larson.
Okay.
And
can I stop you real quick?
Oh my God, it's just the first sentence.
I
know.
Is Terry a boy or a girl? Because I mean, Terry could be either
true.
way.
That's very true. You're right.
Okay.
It is a female.
So Terry and whom again?
David.
David. Okay. Okay.
So they got married, but after the wedding day, David's true colors pretty much started to show right away.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
So she got a little bait and switch situation.
A little bit, yeah. So he became controlling and would blow up at Terry for like small things, like the towels weren't folded in a certain way.
What is that? Sleeping with the enemy? Did you? Oh, that's probably before your time. God damn it.
How old is that?
I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, it's a movie with Julia Roberts, and it's sort of a domestic abuse situation where if like she doesn't have the soup can faced a certain way and lined up just so, she got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And even like the curtains were out of place, like little stuff like that, like you just said. And she had to keep the bathroom door open when she was showering or even using the bathroom herself.
What?
She had no privacy at all.
That's not good.
She was scared about anything and everything that she did. And one time she broke a glass and she actually threw it away in the neighbor's trash just so he could not see that she broke something.
That's
Isn't
terrifying.
That sad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one day she had all the ingredients out to make like a spaghetti dinner. And he told her to put the package back of spaghetti before it went bad. And she pushed back saying, like, do you want to eat dinner or not? They're dry noodles. Like, they're not going to go bad.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, what is this situation?
Yeah, he said it didn't matter what he said made sense or not. She just had to do it.
Oh, I see.
This argument actually escalated because Terry hid in the basement because he installed locks on the inside of the doors, and he the only one that had keys. So she.
Oh my gosh! So she didn't even have any privacy, or She
couldn't even get out, so she ran to the basement to hide.
Oh my God!
But this couple had 2 young daughters.
What?
And, yeah.
Oh, I didn't think there were children involved.
No, yeah. And she knew, sitting in that basement, that one day he probably would abuse them eventually.
Yeah.
So she decided that it's time to go.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So she luckily took her 2 girls and got out. And they lived in a shelter, and then she filed for divorce right away.
Okay. So she's making all the right moves.
Absolutely. So in the courtroom on the day of the divorce, David was crying and said that she was going to regret this decision.
I'd be like, as a judge, hang tight there, brah.
Right?
She's not going to live to regret this decision. If you do something to make her live to regret her decision, I will make you regret it.
Exactly.
That was a drunken, I don't know what. Sorry.
Rant. Go girl. Let it go. But actually 3 years go by.
Okay.
And Terry actually marries Nicolai.
Nicolai.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Who actually loved the girls like his own.
Oh, so Nicolai is an amazing person.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying Nick around, like all the Nicks, you know. Shout
You're
out.
good people.
But they actually learned that they were expecting. So I know, right? But Terry was still battling David for full custody of the girls.
So I don't know if you know this or not,
but
who's the father of the girls? Is it David?
Yes. David,
okay.
yes. So they had 2 girls
in the course of their marriage.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just boom, there's kids, so I just assumed maybe they were stepkids or something.
No.
Okay. I apologize. Keep going.
So she was battling for full custody from David to have the girls. And she was shocked because he was violent towards Terry, and he still got violent towards her, like abusively, verbally, and physically against her when like she would drop off the kids.
Oh, so he's still being a mega jerk.
But I guess the court saw it like he still wants to be in the kid's life, so they're giving him opportunity to make a relationship with them, even though he's a dirtbag towards Terry. So
abusive a-hole, is that what you were trying to say?
Exactly. Well, Terry actually got a restraining order against him because it just became too much. It is now January 31st, 2004, and is the 3rd anniversary of her divorce to David. And he asked if she could pick up the girls at his house. She was hesitant, but she actually agreed. And when she got there, he told her that the girls were playing hide and seek and they wanted her to find them. They were actually locked in a backroom bedroom watching a movie, not knowing
that they're locked in and their mother's in peril?
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay. Sorry.
So once she got inside, David actually starts beating her with a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He duct tapes her hands, feet, and mouth and places her into a trash can head first. He put the trash can in his truck, and she remembered that she still had her cell phone on her. Like, he didn't even check with that.
Good.
She was able to situation herself pretty much and get her phone out, and she actually dialed 911.
Oh.
She yelled his address, but 911 thought it was like a prank or something. They didn't take it seriously.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. What?
So 3 hours passed now, and Teri and the girls have not come home to Nick, and he is very worried. So he calls police, and he gives him David's address of where she was going to pick up the girls.
Yeah, we have this sort of precarious situation. Yeah. Maybe go check it out.
Nick gave the address of David's house, and that was like, oh, a lady called earlier.
From that fucking location.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
I'm amazed they put that together,
right?
Frankly. Okay, that was mean. I apologize.
Deputies went to the address, but the house was completely empty, and neighbors said that they saw David towing her car earlier that morning.
That's not suspicious at all.
Right?
Where are the little girls in all this?
We'll get to it.
Oh my God, okay.
This is when a second 911 call comes in again, and it's Teri.
Yeah. Guys, it's not a fucking prank. I need help.
Well, she was able to stay conscious enough to tell her name, that her ex-husband is trying to kill her, and that she's in the back of his green pickup truck.
And it's not a fucking prank.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she said nothing about the daughter.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't know anything about daughters.
Well, I guess she probably just presumes that they're safe and happy in playing hide and seek still.
Right.
I feel like I'm slurring. I apologize.
So police actually go back to the house, and the girls were not there. But they found black sweatpants, which Nick told them that's what she was wearing that day.
Oh.
A large blood stain on the carpet.
Oh, from where he beat her with the bat.
And an empty handgun case. Nearly 100 law enforcement officers are following leads in the case, and also volunteers are spending time driving around unfinished neighborhoods and searching basements of the unfinished houses.
Oh, wow.
Just trying to find her.
Oh, my goodness.
Even an Amber Alert didn't even help with any of the leads.
Oh.
I know. So police then waited for David to report to his job as an air traffic controller.
Oh, shit. So he's an air traffic controller?
Yeah.
Like, don't you have to be hella smart for that?
You would think.
Like, I heard somewhere probably a movie about air traffic controllers. I feel like there was a movie with John Cusack. I know I'm taking us way off line, but he was an air traffic controller, and they were such arrogant pricks in that movie because they were like the smartest people fucking alive, pretty much. And it's like, because you have to be super smart for that job. Like, it's high stress, it's very fast paced, and you can't fuck up.
Well, police so he waited for him to come, and then when he showed up, he asked him, like, hey, your ex-wife is missing. Would you like to...
Have you heard from her?
Yeah, could you come back to the station and answer some questions? You know? And he said yes.
He's trying to play it cool.
Yeah, exactly. So they asked him if,
hey, is she in a garbage bin behind in your truck there?
So they actually questioned him for 6.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
David dropped the girls off at his girlfriend's house when Teri didn't pick them up from the designated time.
Oh, I see. So she's a deadbeat mom now. Whatever.
Hearing that, officers actually went to the girlfriend's house, and the girls were safe and sound there.
Oh.
But then detectives told him that they actually found Teri's sweatpants and blood in his house, and then his story changed.
I fucking bet it did.
His story...
Whatever.
Right?
Whatever. His
story changed to that Teri attacked him.
Oh, it's his blood, maybe.
And he responded in self-defense.
Oh.
And he said the rest was all a blur. He didn't remember what happened after that.
Fuck, David, I'm done with you forever.
But there, of course, was enough evidence to detain him. Her sweatpants, the blood, the story wasn't adding up.
The story was not adding up. Thank you, Caitlin.
So once they got him into custody, they started to go through his belongings. And in his wallet was a bunch of receipts and business cards. One of these cards was a storage unit.
Oh.
Mhm.
So she's been stashed in a storage unit, has she?
They they called the storage facility and confirmed that David was there recently. So police opened the storage unit and found a bat with dried blood in a trash can that was duct taped shut.
Dude, just wash the fucking bat. Like, throw it in a river. Like, what? Right? Oh, this is very evidence-ridden. I'm gonna hide it in a garbage can with duct tape.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, the trash can with duct tape is pretty suspicious itself.
Yeah. I will say, I recently did some work with some fraud investigating. Uh-huh. And there was a locked garbage can. That was the first thing I went into.
Right? Anything locked or...
Yeah. Come on. Oh, a safe? Yeah, let's open that right away. Come on, man. Sorry, I'm disgusted with this motherfucker.
Right? So they opened it and found Teri holding on to life. She had been missing for 3 days. It's been 3 days.
Oh my God. That is a long time.
And it's Wisconsin in January.
So it's fucking freezing.
Yeah, exactly.
My God, girl, you know that time when you're like, I wonder if we missed all these swear words for the radio edit because Michelle only swore twice. That's not the case.
Last
this
time it was only 3 times. This time, I don't know.
It's F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. Every
Fair
3 seconds. I'm fucking done with David.
So they actually left her in the trash can until paramedics came because they were afraid if they moved her,
she would just die. Pretty much.
Worse than her injuries because when they saw her feet were black due to frostbite and her eyes were swollen and she had a crushing injury to her skull. Like
of course she's been beaten by a bat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I didn't even put the two together.
Yeah. So this poor woman has been suffering. And her core temperature was actually 86 degrees.
Oh my God, that is significantly low.
Yes, it is.
I remember my grandma, she had a hyperthermia situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was actually kind of crazy. She came over for Christmas. I apologize, we're going to totally move away from the story. Well, I should tell this story one time.
Okay.
No, she came over for Christmas, and then we took her home, and right after that, we think she maybe got some sort of bladder or kidney infection in that time, because all of a sudden she got home and she started seeing all these people at her house. And so she would call us up at 3 a.m. and be like, there's a ton of people in our house and they want to steal my jacket. Like, it was bizarre. And so we started staying with her every night, and then me and my friend Amy went over. No, she would cook pancakes for 30 people. It was crazy. And so one time she went out and drove in her car out into this field because she thought she was driving somebody somewhere. And she got out, she walked a little ways, and then apparently tripped at some point. And so so she was out there all night.
Oh my gosh.
And her core temperature only came down 3 or 4 degrees. And they were freaking out over just that, not 10 degrees like this situation. No, the only reason they found her is because the guy whose field she ended up driving into, he tripped over her. And he was going out to investigate why this weird car was out in the middle of his field, and he tripped over her body. And of course it wasn't her body, she was alive.
Right.
But they brought her to the hospital, and she was, like I said, down, I think it was only 3 or 4 degrees. And it was a huge deal. It was a big, we need to save this woman.
Right.
So it was a craziness. And she never recovered, really. She never spoke again.
Oh,
and yeah,
my gosh.
we think she had because she got very delirious. We think she just had this raging infection that they couldn't get under control. And because it makes you delirious. A lot of times when elderly folks have dementia, it's often not dementia.
It's urinary tract infection.
Yeah, it's a urinary tract infection. And we think that's exactly what happened, is she just had this rampant infection through her whole body. And I mean, I think it started with a urinary tract infection, probably from not using the bathroom or something when she came to our house. And it just escalated, and
it's crazy.
Ultimately led to her death. I mean, she died 6 months later after that.
Sorry.
I mean, I was 17 at the time, and
But no, I learned that in my psychology developmental class is people who are older and they just get urinary tract infections, they have like signs of dementia.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. And you just think they got dementia, let's throw them into a foster home. And
you just need antibiotics.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got way off track.
That's okay. No, that's okay.
Okay, back to David and poor Teri, who's been suffering.
So once at the hospital, doctors said that she was 1 hour away from death.
Oh my gosh.
So they got her
I just feel like maybe something intervened. When something like that happens, like, you're so close to death. It's like, we're gonna bring you some help because you need it.
Well, she states, if you have kids or someone you want to stay alive for, that's enough for her to stay alive.
God, she's staying alive for her 2 daughters.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So Teri actually spent around 7 weeks in the hospital, undergoing 10 different operations.
That's a lot of time in the hospital.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with her frostbite feet, some of her toes were, like, had to get taken out.
Oh, girl, you're alive.
I know, yeah. She remained in a wheelchair for several more weeks, but she got to go home.
Oh.
Unfortunately, she did get a miscarriage because of everything.
I forgot she was pregnant.
Yeah. It was a few weeks.
Poor Nick was probably, I'm sure, devastated. Oh, I'm sure she was devastated.
Yeah. But August 16th of 2005, David was sentenced to 35 years in prison for attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
Good.
Yep.
35 years. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Over the years, Teri has been instrumental in helping to draft laws to protect domestic violent victims. Teri and Nick actually welcomed a son a few years after the attack.
Oh God. Sorry. Michelle cries for a long time.
But as people asked her about how she found strength to survive, she states, a woman is like a tea bag. Only in hot water do you realize how strong she is.
Oh.
I know, right? So she's still married to Nick. They have a son now, so they have 3 kids. And David's now in actually, so what they said, the storage unit was actually visible from his control tower at the airport.
Are you effing kidding?
So they think that so since he could see the like storage unit, he could see her suffering, like, from afar. And knowing what he did. Like, how disgusting is that?
So you're just worse of a cockbag than we ever hoped for.
Absolutely. So, good riddance, David.
Yeah. Fuck you. Enjoy your 35 years in prison.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
You ready for my story? You want to know the title of it?
I do, yeah.
Hold on. I gotta find it. I hit it. How I almost died on my wedding day.
Shit. How could you? All
right. I looked far and wide for wedding survival stories.
Okay.
Oh, I can see where we talked about that.
Spike the mic a little bit, yeah.
Well, as it turns out, when you put in, like, wedding survival stories, it's like, how to survive the big day. And that's not what I'm looking for at all.
I actually looked for that too. I'm like, I already will survive, I'm sure. I'm stressed out as it is. I can't find any stories.
Okay. So of course, it's about a woman
Did
on
you
her.
Spill?
Yeah, I spilled drinks all over all of my stories. Okay. It's like layers thick. It's through the whole thing.
It's still wet.
Yeah, no, I know. I did this like on your stove as I was making drinks.
That's so funny. All right.
Dry it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, girl, I apologize. I'll probably end up calling her China for the rest of it. Her name is... Okay, I can totally do it. It's going to be awesome. Chinasaramokwu.
You say that again, but like more fluid?
Probably not.
Fair enough.
Chinasaramokwu.
You tried. It sounds good. I mean, I don't know.
So maybe we'll call her China from here on out. Because that's the first part of her name. You want to try it?
Oh, no. Yeah, China. Yeah, the first few words just is China. So we'll just...
Yeah, we're just getting into...
Maybe call her C. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just...
I don't know. What's her last name here?
There is no last name. It's just that. And it never says where she is.
Chinasaramokwu.
You nailed it!
C is just better.
All right.
Because
Yeah, we'll just say your name is C.
Yeah.
I don't think
we'll call her C because it's a very long name and we don't want to get it incorrect. So.
Yeah. And probably the first part is not actually China.
Correct. Right. Yes.
All right. So, how I almost died on my wedding day.
I love it. Let's
Dedicated to Caitlin.
Ugh.
That's
Okay.
Okay. So this woman, Ms. C.
Okay. Yeah.
So 4 years earlier, she had started her battle with typhoid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and actually I've learned quite a bit about typhoid since I've read about this.
My boss had typhoid.
Yeah, it's a bacterial infection.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's like a salmonella type.
Yes.
I don't think you like get it from chicken, but you can get it from food.
I think
and that
got
type
it
of
from
thing.
like a gas station burrito.
Yeah. No, I mean that's kind of it's very food related, food or drink related.
Okay.
So it was recurrent for her, and so she became regular on like antibiotics and liquid herbs and powder herbs, and she just couldn't get rid of this particular typhoid.
Okay.
Like she's just really been struggling with it.
Okay.
And so actually I don't know if it helps, but we're somewhere in Africa.
Okay.
So this particular story came from it was self-posted, I guess, and there were stories from Nigeria and South Africa and Kenya and kind of all over.
Wow. Okay.
So I don't know where in particular other than Africa.
Right.
That's where the story came
Fair enough.
from. Okay. So she used medications quite a bit to try to rein in this typhoid to the point where actually all of her joints, including her fingers, ached really badly.
Oh my gosh.
From all the medications and things. And she couldn't get rid of it. So she kept having relapses pretty much every 4 months. Wow. She was having relapse after relapse. 3 weeks before her wedding, she had a relapse. So the same issue arose. It was so bad that she had to be admitted to a private hospital that was close to her house. And so she was admitted to the hospital to sleep overnight, which was the first time that had ever happened. And she needed to actually take fluids and things. Like they had to put an IV in her and the whole thing. So before this, all of her treatments had been just pill form.
Oh.
You know, so now it's like it's kind of
an IV.
Yeah. Okay. We're taking it up a notch, if you will. So 5 days later, she was feeling fine.
Oh, okay.
So preparations for her big day kind of went on as normal.
Oh, good.
And it kept approaching faster and faster.
I cannot even imagine how stressful it would be. You're in the hospital for your wedding.
Yeah.
Like, my gosh.
So with joy in her heart, she knew she was going to marry the man she loved.
Aww, cute.
So a day before the wedding, we're now in February 26th. And so I think this is like 2020, actually. Wow. It's not too long ago.
Yeah.
So she had plans. They were going to do the rehearsal. The rehearsal dinner had been done the previous day, so that was kind of out of the way. And so guests were sort of just meandering on the grounds of where she was staying, and their house was full. She said it was just palpable. The joy was in the air.
Aww,
they were very excited to be married. She had yet to do her hair and nails and everything, but later that evening she was going to have her bridal shower that had been planned by her best friend. Aww. And then they were going to do her hair, nails and everything at that point. Yeah. They had paid for a hotel suite and all her bridesmaids were getting ready to turn up, and they just needed to sort of finish packing her last minute stuff before she headed to the hotel where she was going to meet all of her folks, if you will, to get ready for that the big day. So breakfast that morning was her favorite meal. It was ham and eggs. Ooh. And she savored every bite as her last breakfast as a spinster, as it says right there. Cute. And so she went into this sort of fully loaded refrigerator to find a drink to sort of wash her delicious breakfast down with.
Fair enough.
So there's all kinds of drinks in this freezer. I'm assuming it's a refrigerator, but she says freezer. Oh. So anyway, so she could have actually had any of the ones she wanted, but she found this sort of beautiful pack of liquid that she thought was, I know, I'm like, okay.
Pack of liquid, okay.
It was bright blue and so beautiful, and she had never seen it before. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to give that one a go.
Fucking drink that shit down.
I'm the bride, damn it. I do what I want. So, sorry. This is why we don't do live. This is why we don't do live. Okay. So she brought this drink out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
She read the ingredient panel carefully, as she just sort of does in her normal life. And it was sort of a milk yogurt drink.
Like we had.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And she said, permit me not to mention the brand name.
Oh.
I.e., maybe this caused some harm, and we don't want to tell everyone.
Lawsuits.
So, yeah. Lawsuits, I guess, are a thing.
Yeah.
So it was cold, and she decided to have a drink of it. And the first gulp she took, she realized her mistake.
No.
But she realized her even graver mistake later was not spitting it out. So this milk sort of beautiful, delightful blue drink that looked amazing, tasted sour and awful. But she ended up swallowing it and sort of put it back in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I might not have put it back in the fridge myself,
No.
but that's what happened. So pretty much this is the beginning of what would turn into a family tragedy.
Oh my gosh.
So you're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun.
So she sort of went about her day. She's super excited. She's beaming with excitement. She's ready to get married. Everything was ready to go. All she needed to do was sort of show up tomorrow with her dancing shoes and she'd be ready to go.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much about 20 minutes later, after she drank that milk, she started feeling nauseous. She started sweating and her head spinned.
Oh my gosh.
Her head spun. I don't know what's correct.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Sounds good.
Her best friend was in the room and wondered why she had kind of become sort of lethargic and weird all of a sudden. And the next thing her best friend saw was her running off to the bathroom to throw up. And so she figured, I'm through it. I've thrown up this bad milk.
Yeah.
All is well. But then she felt worse afterwards.
Oh, really?
Usually, like, I throw up and I feel much better afterwards. And
I don't, man.
No?
Once I throw up, it just means I'm going to throw up continuously.
You're just gonna keep on throwing up.
Exactly.
Usually it's like once I throw up,
Yeah.
I'm all sweaty and gross and shaky, and I go to bed and kind of cuddle in, and then I'm ready to go to sleep.
I just make a bed in the bathroom.
Oh, poor Caitlin. Oh, well, we won't think of you in this
Okay.
next part. No, I kid. We will. Okay, so she thought it was just stomach upset, so they sort of waved it off. But she sort of started to feel worse and worse. And she became a roller coaster of vomiting. And she said that probably in the time between when she first started vomiting and actually like went to the hospital, she probably threw up 20 times, if not more.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was just like, I mean, it was uncontrollable and she was clearly in a lot of distress. And later, she, of course, had nothing to throw up. I mean, everything was gone, and she was still just dry heaving.
Right.
So, poor thing. So, and then, as if that's not enough, now the diarrhea starts. Poor thing. She starts stooling. I'm assuming that's diarrhea.
Yeah, I would think so.
Poor thing. And so, now she's throwing up, and, you know, so it's coming out of both ends at this point.
My gosh.
You're welcome. Real.
Sounds like food poisoning.
I like to keep it classy. So they were trying to like play it cool, like nothing was happening with the bride at this point, but at this point everybody knew that.
This is the day of now?
No, it's still the day before. So her dad goes to the pharmacy and tries to get like an anti-throw up medicine, essentially.
Huh.
And she took it and immediately threw it up.
Oh.
So, I mean, it like hardly even got into her mouth.
Yeah.
They tried to give her a little bit of Coke. Maybe that would, like, we get 7-Up.
Right,
you know, that would help her stomach. She immediately threw it up. And so she just threw up everything that they tried to give her to help her.
Gosh.
And so her aunts are like, if you're pregnant, you better tell us.
Oh.
You better let us know right now. She's like, no, I'm sorry. And her mom is crying. Why are you doing this to me? What is it now?
Oh my gosh. So dramatic.
And then her poor dad was like, did you plan to die on your wedding day?
Oh my gosh.
If that's your plan, it won't work. The big uncles are here and they're
Everyone's traveled so far.
Actually,
How dare you?
This turns kind of terrible because they're like, they're gonna cut your face and burn your fingers if you if you disgrace me.
All right.
So yeah, shit got real for poor Ms. C here. So they all crowded in on her, but no one had mentioned going to the hospital at this point.
Why?
So she thinks it was all the confusion, like all this craziness going on of all the wedding and everything. And so they ended up, like, her best friend was like, I'm going to take you out of the house. I'm going to get you out of here. And so they got into a car, and then they were like, you know what? We need to just take you to the hospital.
Yeah.
So they ended up rolling to the hospital.
Good.
Yeah. No, good. Exactly. So immediately the doctor saw her. She showed up at the emergency room, and they're like, we need to see you right away.
Aww.
This is not good. And he declared that she was going to be admitted for days. And she was like,
no, I can't.
Nah, man, I have a wedding tomorrow. And her friend screamed, no, her wedding is tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, so stressful.
But the doctor was like, nope. So they wheeled her upstairs, and they immediately took blood samples, and a drip was put back into her arm.
Good.
And so she told the doctor, like, hey, I've had typhoid this whole time. I've been battling it for years and have not been able to kick it. Because really, usually typhoid, you take some antibiotics and you're done.
Right.
But that has not been the case for her.
Really?
So they ended up taking a stool sample right then so they could culture it. And at this point, they have actually not even told the fiance what's going on.
Oh my gosh, he thinks everything's just good and good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's busy with last minute preparations, and they're like, nah, we don't need to let him know. We don't need to stress him out.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So hours passed. At this point, she has taken 5 pints of IV fluid. So she was wildly dehydrated from, I'm assuming, all the throwing up and everything. And so she got numerous injections just to stabilize her and to try to get her on her feet for the next day. So the poor thing is just weak.
Yeah.
And she's pale, she's tired, she's just feeling done. But it was 7 p.m. and she hadn't had her hair done yet. Her wedding is the next day, as we recall.
Right.
So the hairdresser came to the hospital.
Whoa.
And then they began all the hair making, and the makeup artist was actually at the house already. I guess they were going to spend the night and get the makeup done like the next day. The makeup artist ended up coming to the hospital to hang out, even though she took a risk because she had a 5-month-old baby with her. And she was like, nah, baby's coming along.
Cute.
We're going to be there for her. So they ended up telling the fiance what was going on.
Good.
Because they were concerned he would try to reach her and not be able to, and then figure something. Panic. So he came to the hospital immediately and offered her all the love and support that she could possibly need.
Oh my gosh.
And then she was reluctantly discharged around 9 p.m. that night.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, you have to let me out.
Yeah.
I have a wedding the next day. Even though
she was feeling better? Or?
It sounded like she was feeling a little bit better. And so she was warned, you need to come back immediately after you're done getting married. You need to come to the hospital for more treatment. And so she was still weak, and she was scared to eat. So she only drank water at this point. Her face looked weary, and her eyeballs were red. But her parents were filled with gratitude that she was returning home. So, and all the while, something else was happening. Her mom had started vomiting and diarrheaing.
Really?
But apparently she had also drank
No!
that same milk.
Why?
But hers wasn't nearly as severe because she didn't have the typhoid that she was also battling. So she pretty much immediately got over it. So,
what is this milk?
Yeah, I'm assuming they just threw this milk away.
I would hope so.
This bright, beautiful blue milk. I don't.
What, do we get into it? What milk was? Or?
No. I think it's
what
just.
Is it
I
then?
think it's rotten milk.
And that's why it's blue, because it's just bad.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the blue part is.
Do not drink blue milk, please.
Yeah, just stop.
Okay.
So that night they did her nails, and they headed over to the hotel for the bridal shower. And she didn't want to let anybody down.
Oh my god.
Point.
I get that.
So getting there, all she wanted to do was just sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously.
Just rest.
And so all efforts to cheer her up were futile, and she was just very weak, just overall, which I'm sure. So she went to the bridal shower. It was a very low-key event, and then she went back to her room. So the day of her wedding dawns.
Okay.
And she is determined to shame the devil, as it says. She's not strong, but she has tapped strength from within.
Oh my gosh.
So during the traditional wedding in the morning, she danced like she wasn't just from the hospital.
Oh.
So, but her parents unfortunately were on edge throughout the whole thing because they just were concerned she was going to collapse.
Absolutely.
I mean, her mom's eyes were fixed on her the entire time. During the church service, she kept drinking water, but she lost her breath countless times, but she tried to keep up a high spirit.
Aww.
Nothing was going to ruin this joy.
Nothing.
She smiled for the cameras because she couldn't bear the thought of having bad pictures. But again, water was sort of her companion throughout the entire day. So she's kept it close.
Yeah.
Yep. Her day went well and ended gloriously, as she put it. Pretty much, the people who didn't know that she was having such issues would have never known it.
Oh,
like, she just put on a brave face. She smiled for all the pictures.
Yeah.
And actually, I did have a picture of her wedding day, and she looked gorgeous.
Oh,
so
I bet.
I don't have it here.
That's okay.
But then the next day, she went back for treatments, and what ended up happening is they did the culture for her typhoid and was able to figure out exactly the type of bacteria that was giving her problems.
Okay.
And so they were able to give her antibiotics that would combat it once and for all.
Oh,
and so
good.
she was able to get a few injections and then have the typhoid be disappeared from her body. So she was cured from the typhoid finally. So for 4 years now, she has had no typhoid, no relapse, and no reoccurrence of it. And so she feels like all of it ended up being a blessing in disguise.
Aww.
Even though she had all these nightmare things happen on the day before her wedding, she ended up having a wedding and then getting cured from a disease that she had struggled with for 4 years.
Dude, seriously, like, I'm already stressed, so having that happen, I could only imagine how bad you would feel. I could not imagine. My gosh. We're a few weeks away, and the day before the wedding, you get super sick. I'm not going to drink. Michelle, make sure I don't drink anything.
Don't drink that milk. Don't you dare.
Please check every beverage I drink before.
I'll just take a little sip beforehand. And
you be my tester?
Yeah, I'll be your
Thank
poison
you.
tester.
Oh my God.
You're welcome. No, I better take that cocktail from her and have a little sip first.
Even though you made it?
You're welcome. You're welcome. You fucking owe me.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. Good for her though. Like, she powered through, man.
Yeah, she did
She
power
was gonna
through.
get married that day.
And it was gonna be a joyous goddamn day.
Right. Oh my gosh. Man, that made me feel even more stressed for some reason.
Wait till my next story.
Oh my gosh.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh no. Yes.
Do I have a honeymoon story all geared up, ready to go? Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Delightful.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, because the next episode will be the week
last
of the wedding.
Before the wedding.
Whew. Wow.
You're welcome.
I need a nap, I think. After these. But, wow. Well, we hope you had a good Valentine's Day.
Did not die of typhoid.
Yeah,
we all
right?
hope that. Yeah, I didn't know much about typhoid until
I
I looked it up, and it's all bacterial, as it turns out. So
crazy.
Fortunately, it's very treatable if you have the correct bacteria or the correct antibiotics. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah.
But if you don't, it can be very hard to treat.
Ugh.
Which is
So
what happened to our
sorry.
poor Ms. C.
Yeah. Poor thing. My goodness. Well, I'm glad she still got married and had a great day.
She did have a great day,
That's
despite being on the deathbed. You know what I mean?
Well, Nick and I are going to our honeymoon right after the wedding, pretty much. So hopefully, knock on wood, it's not gonna gonna thank you. That's not gonna happen. Well, all right. Well,
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, enjoy your Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah, fuck you.
So we hope you enjoyed this episode. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you next time.
Woo woo.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.